Hello, my name is Ethan and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Crucible League 3.21. In this episode, I'm going to be recrafting my wand. So I'm going to show you guys how I crafted item level 82. So for the aggressive, you usually want to get an item level 76 to 82 from Delve. Minions are aggressive wand. It can only come from Delve, this mod of the underground. You get minions are aggressive on a Convoking Wand from the Delve minion node, and then want it between 76 and 82, so you can do this craft. If you do 83, you have to do a 4-socket with Shuddering, Metallic, Jagged, Corroded, and it would be a 1 in 12. But when you do 76 to 82, you can use this 3-socket that we're going to be doing in this video with Shuddering, Metallic, Corroded, and it's 1 in 18, and I'm going for +2 with minion damage similar to the craft without the craft, so then we can have the extra trigger. Wish me luck, and maybe we even get T2 minion damage. On this, you can't hit T1 because T1 is 84 and it can't drop 84. It only drops 83, which is why you don't want 83, so you go 82. Easy, and it's easier to craft, and it's cheaper. For this craft, to get the wand, you can get it from Delve, but if you wanted to try to get this yourself from trade, it's Convoking Wand, minions are aggressive, 76 to 82. You can try to buy a Fractured Wand, but it's going to be expensive. So then you would get this, and like you could go for cheapest. And then the main idea here is you want 4 modifiers, because you're going to be using Fracture. So a Fracturing Orb can fracture a random modifier on a rare item with at least 4 modifiers. It needs 4, and you'll have the best odds with 4. So if the wand has more than 4 and it's cheap, you could just annul off mods, risk it, because you're not risking that much. But obviously if it was a higher cost base, then you wouldn't want it. But then you could just buy one with 4 modifiers, or you could buy one with 5 and delete one. There's a bunch of options. Annuls are pretty fine though, because these bases are pretty cheap and there's so many. So then you would get one of these and you try to isolate to only 4 mods with aggressive, and technically you can have another mod before you fracture, but to be honest, most of the mods are not worth it, and one of the only ones that would be worth it to fracture is maybe like spells, skill gems, and you can see that these ones are already fractured. And another one that might be worth it is maybe minion damage with it, but usually this one's already fractured too, or it's a craft, and then you see how there's none. So usually you just go for the minions are aggressive fracture, and you can't really gain a benefit of having a second modifier, because the only ones you actually will be able to find is like the minion crit and crit multi, and it's not worth that much. So unfortunate, and the attack speed's not worth that much because people like to do the veil for the attack speed. Yeah. To prove my point, crit multi, Convoking Wand, or the crit strike chance, fairly low price, fairly cheap. It's not going to make a difference, and you could probably find these with the minions are aggressive, but then, like I say, even if you hit it, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Oh, it doesn't exist. There you go. There's one with crit multi, but it's not, yeah, it's not going to matter. So just go for the cheapest one and make sure there's 4 mods for the Fracturing Orb to increase. So yeah, Shuddering, Corroded, Metallic, and then here we go again. When it's spell and it's T2 minion damage, those are really rare mods. Oh, we actually hit +2. Let's annul. We got the minion damage. Let's block the suffix. Fizz. We hit T2. It's not great. if you've ever crafted a wand, like the video. And if you guys liked the video and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to get notified of the next one. Oh my god. We just have to annul the attack speed. Rip. Well, I need attack speed or something on the suffix, so maybe crit. And then craft. But attack speed would work too. Maybe a veil. But it's only T5. Do I keep it? Yeah, so prefix cannot be changed. Easy, and then we block something. We block multi dot.
The picture. Blessings.
Attack speed. Trigger. Done. I devalue my, de-level my Desecrate to level 1, so the mana cost, because mana multipliers on the trigger. And at time of crafting the wand, it was 80 resonators per div, or 75, and then like 40 per on the corroded, and similar for shuddering. A little bit more expensive. Well, this was 40 and this was 44, yeah. And then for fun, I thought this was pretty interesting. So the craft, the aggressive, the fracturing orbs are 4.6 divs per, so it's like 18 divs basically for the fractured aggressive. And then the +2 with the 3 socket, so 18 tries of a 3 socket with the 18 shudderings, 18 corrodeds, and 18 metallics is about 1 div, 200 C. And so on average to get the +2, it's only 200 C, it's like 1 div. And then to get the tier 5 minion damage plus, to get the T5 minion damage plus with the +2 is apparently 7.5 times harder. So where I said it costs 1 div to hit the +2 on average, it would cost 7.5 div to hit the +2 plus the T5 minion damage. Also something I thought of for fun, which is, so I mentioned that 18 tries of the 3 socket is only a div. 6 Prime Chaotic Resonators is 1 div. So just for 12 of the Prime Chaotic Resonators to do an 84 wand, the same thing, to have the same odds, using a higher item level base, it would be 2 divs just in Resonators. And then you're still paying for the corrodeds and the shudderings. Oh my god. Just in case that wasn't clear, basically I'm saying that it's extremely worth it to use the item level 7682 based on the price of the resonators and the craft. It's so worth it. 4 sockets are really expensive. And I'm sure there's someone out there who's curious about the wand, and if I had tried for a higher tier minion damage, how much worse does it get? So I said it would be 7.5 divs on average to roll this. The higher tier, so T4, would be 15 divs. It starts to get quite expensive, and that's just for like 10 extra minion damage. Okay, so it was technically another 15 minion damage at the most, but then yeah, we times the value, so 661 divided by 281, 2.35 times more of the 15. This next one would be 35 divine orbs to hit tier 3. on average. It's pretty expensive, and that's just for 70 to 84 minion damage, and right we can have 54. So it would only be like at most 30 extra minion damage, and you're spending like 30 extra divs. Now the final tier, how rare is T2? For fun, the final tier is literally twice as much weighting. Oh my god, it ends up being 3 times harder than that one. So where I said it would be 35 divines to hit tier 3, it is 105 divines for tier 2 with +2. Jeez, that's a lot just for an extra 15 minion damage. While recording, I realize one person will wonder, what about T1? You can't get T1 because it's not an item level 84, and like I mentioned earlier in the video, cuz it's from Delve, the chest drops the thing out of a minion node. You do a minion node and you get it out of the chest, and it's minions are aggressive dropped like that, and you want it between 76 and 82. If you get it 83, it cannot drop out of the chest as 84, so you can't get T1 minion damage with aggressive. It's just not possible without recombinators. And 83 is the highest, and 83 can't roll it, so you just go 82, so you get T2 minion damage, and the other mods high rolled. Now I'd like to thank my Patreon and YouTube members who financially support the channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. Rico549, David, Steven with a PH, Steven with a V, Cynic, Hannes, Lewis, Nicholas, White Wolf, and N8. Thank you guys so much for the support. Bye!